So where's the office? Back at Division? The in office, baby. Going out.
So, 20 years ago, this movie came out called Training Day, and I know me and Mr. Chubbs here, we watched the shit out of that movie.
Yeah.
A lot
Yes.
back in the day. Probably too many times.
I don't think there can be a too many times. It's like one of those movies that you can turn on whenever and sit down. Like if you got a couple hours to kill, you might as well watch Training Day.
Yeah, because it's a great flick.
Yeah. Like
From beginning to end, it's just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It's almost as good as, like, The Departed.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
There's all these like little details and shit to get lost in and shit to talk about that you know, like if the movie keeps going and you're still having this conversation, it's okay because like you just snap back and then you're back to watching Training Day.
You're right back in it.
Yeah. It's like Back to the Future is like that.
Oh, yeah.
In my older years, I love watching the Lord of the Rings movies. I'll watch those. I'll put them on anytime.
I got to be honest with you. I've only watched the first two. But I did see them in theaters.
Oh, really?
On Christmas Day.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, was it just the cultural event?
No.
Like Lord of the Rings is in movies?
The first one, it was just, it was one of those, man, it's Christmas Day. There ain't shit to do. Oh, there's movies playing. Let's go see Lord of the Rings. Like, that sounds cool.
Right on.
And then the next year, I was just kind of like, hey, yeah, tradition. You know, I saw the last one on Christmas Day. Got to see this one on Christmas Day.
So why not the return?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was just kind of like, fucking tradition, you know.
But I mean, like, you got to see how the whole story plays out.
I know. I eventually did see it.
Oh, okay.
I do believe. Yeah, I had to have.
Yeah.
But I only saw the first two in theaters.
I mean,
I wish I had seen Training Day in theaters.
Right. Me too.
Yeah.
2001.
That's when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah. I was 15, I guess, like around there.
I was like 17. So
yeah, that sounds about
checks
right.
out. Yeah.
So right after 9/11. No, yeah, right after 9/11.
Yeah. So it technically hasn't been 20 years yet, but this is the
October.
year.
October. Yeah.
This will be the upcoming.
Yeah.
It's coming up, man.
Denzel won an Oscar. Ethan Hawke won a Best Supporting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star-studded too.
Yeah.
Lots of big names.
Snoop Dogg.
Eva Mendes, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Macy Gray.
Yeah, Macy Gray.
Dr. Dre.
Get that motherfucker. Yeah, Dr. Dre was in it.
Yeah.
I forgot about Dre.
Yeah. He's one of the three wise men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's not one of the three wise men.
He's not?
No, the three wise men are the guys that
kill Roger, right?
No.
Oh.
No, that was just Lonzo's crew. The three wise men were like the lawyers and district attorneys and shit.
Oh.
He tells him a story about the guy packing crunchy peanut butter in his ass crack and eating it in front of the judge.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I thought because Alonzo's crew's like three guys, isn't it?
I want to say there was four.
Okay.
I want to say there was four.
I just know Dre's one of them. I thought that was that. Yeah.
But like
it's been a minute since the last time I've seen Training Day.
It has been a minute for me too, but it's like I just watched it yesterday.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
There's so many things that just stick with me in that movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys heard at the top of the show there, that was actually taken from our very first Kentucky Hop Around Boys episode.
Yeah.
I edited that in as the intro.
Yeah.
And it's always been my favorite intro.
What year was that we recorded
2013.
the first? Okay.
So it'll be, what, 8? Yeah, it's 8 years.
It had been out for a decade at that point.
At that point, yeah. So
yeah,
still
it shows
you
flick, how like it's staying weight. That's how much it mattered to us. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely easily top 5 movies. Easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very easily. I couldn't tell you top 5 right now.
Yeah.
But it's definitely in top 5 at least.
For rewatchability alone, I mean that would be a big a big deciding factor of my top 5 would be just rewatchability. I guess I wonder. I don't know how you would feel about it, but I would say like Lord of the Rings as a trilogy would be one movie. Would you agree with that?
I think any movie, any series of movies that you should watch together to tell a complete story, I think that counts as one. Like
Yeah.
Back to the Future,
Right.
like, yeah, Back to the Future 1 is great. 2 probably a little bit better.
A
in
little
my
bit.
opinion, you know.
Yeah, just like a hair.
Yeah. And 3, of course, you know, everybody knows it's a train wreck, no pun intended. But you got to watch them all to get the whole story.
Right.
you
Is
know.
the chicken scene that really gets mentioned in 2
Yeah.
and culminates in 3. But I mean, like you got to see how it all connects.
Yeah, you got to see how it plays out.
Especially because 2 ends on a cliffhanger.
Like, you could totally watch the first one and be done.
Yep.
But then, because they never intended on doing a sequel.
Right.
You
Although
know.
it does kind of leave on a cliffhanger.
It does kind of.
Right. But you
like-
could be done.
Yeah, you could be just done.
And just imagine what would happen after this
Yeah.
first one. Yeah.
And then you watch the second one and you're like, well, fuck, now I got to see the third one to find out what happens.
And then you're like,
Yeah, you're just kind of like, yeah. Probably should have left it up to my imagination, you know. Yeah, Clint Eastwood, yeah, whatever.
whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, so Lord of the Rings is like,
Yeah.
it's the trilogy.
Because-
you can't just say, you know,
Although I could
just one movie.
rank 1, 2, and 3,
Right.
and probably that order from best to worst. But yeah, I would say on my top 5, like Lord of the Rings and Back to the Future would definitely be like 1 and 2,
yeah.
or at least, you know, and not considering in what order I would put them in.
Right.
But Training Day would for sure have a spot in the top 5.
If not top 5, definitely top 10.
You would think that you could there would be more movies before it.
See, I don't know, man, because there's
Some really good ones.
Yeah, there are some really, really good ones. Maybe I spoke a little off when I said top 5, but definitely top 10.
Really? That's interesting to me. Now I don't want to leave that subject.
But it's like, I don't know. There's so many good movies out there that, I mean, I could probably put it in top 5.
Like Halloween. If you're considering like a series.
No, I wouldn't say the series.
Right,
Yeah.
for sure. But like 1 and
Yeah.
2 again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1 and 2, yeah, you're good. You watch anything beyond that, you're risking.
3 isn't even a
Ruin it.
Halloween movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but it's
It's
not.
not.
Yeah. And then 4 was just. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, 5 and 6 and 7.
Season of the
And
Witch
8.
is 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It has absolutely nothing to do.
nothing.
Yeah. Although people have tried to tie it in. But we're not here to talk about
Yeah,
Halloween.
let's,
We're here to talk about Training Day. So 8 years ago when we started doing this this Kentucky Hop Around Boys podcast, and I edited that little sound clip in there. I didn't think, 8 years later, we'd be sitting here talking about,
Mhm.
how awesome this fucking movie is. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even known, honestly, that it was the 20th anniversary if you hadn't have said anything about it.
Yeah, I caught a YouTube. I like all day long. I'm watching YouTube, and
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, no, like that's kind of like what I do, and I
Yeah.
don't no shame in my game.
No.
And I just happened to catch a clip of some guys talking about it,
Right.
and basically having the conversation that we're about to have about it, and I was like, I need to do
Kinda
this.
wanna
with,
do that,
Yeah,
yeah.
like well, not only like not to like completely copy their thing. And by the way, since I'm referencing them, I'll give them a shout out.
Yeah, what
shout
show
out
is it?
Double Toasted. Shout out to your families.
Okay.
I watched some of their stuff. I think anyway. And I was like, I could 100% do this with you. You
Right.
know, like I could totally.
Keeping up with the spirit of our very first episode that we did, we kind of ripped off the whole, like the whole Sexy 16 thing.
Was that our first episode?
That was the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had done it. You had said
Howard Stern did.
did
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So yeah, like a whole first show was.
Complete ripoff, just about. Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last time you went back and tried to listen to that? It's hard to listen to.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
It's
very
been a
hard.
long time. I probably like within the first few years of having done it,
Yeah.
maybe like at the 5th year anniversary, I went back and listened to it again.
Right.
Yeah,
It's been a while for me too.
yeah. I can almost
But, like,
remember everything that we talked about there.
It's hard for me to remember everything, but then when I listen back, I'm like, oh yeah, I did say that. It's
Yeah.
crazy. 8 years ago, man. It's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Training Day.
But yeah, Training Day. We keep getting off on tangents here and stuff. I'm good for that.
Yeah.
Good for that. But yeah, Training Day. I couldn't tell you the first time I saw it. I know I didn't see it in theaters, unfortunately. If they re-release it for the 20th anniversary, I would go see it in theaters. I'd take my boys to see that.
Yeah,
That's like historic.
yeah. I can remember the first time I watched it. I watched it with you.
I know. I remember it was at my house. It was probably on VHS too.
Yeah.
And
you were so stoked to watch it with me. I remember that.
I remember hearing so many good things about it,
mm-hmm.
and I'd never seen it. And I was like, man, I got to check out this flick. I got to
Mm-hmm.
figure out what this is all about. And I watched it, and I was like, holy shit. This is great. Like, this is so good. Like, it's beyond. Like, can we watch it again?
Yeah.
Like, that's how good it is. And
At what point do you think you realize you're watching something, on a next level, like something that you can rewatch again?
Tell me a story.
Yeah, that's the scene.
That right there. That sets the whole tone
Mm-hmm.
for me. Tell me a story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when it ends with, you got a pocket on this side, you got a pocket on this side. Dick lines up in the middle. In those pockets, you got money. Pay the bill. Like right then. And then it goes into, the classic you in the office, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I think that started it. And then like the way it ended, I knew I was in for a ride.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not disappointed.
Yeah.
And it was a ride I was happy to take over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good flick, though.
I think the first time I watched it, the scene with the Mexican gangster guys
At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, close to the end. Yeah, for sure.
Close
yeah.
enough to the end, yeah.
I didn't even realize like how tense that scene was until the second time I watched it.
Oh, yeah.
Because like the first time I watched it, I was almost like Jake, like completely blind and oblivious to what was happening.
Yeah, the first time you watch it, you're just kind of like, you don't know what's going on.
Right.
You don't realize, you think, this is just some more drug dealers they're going to go talk to.
And Alonso's coming back.
Yeah, Lonzo's not leaving, he's coming back.
I think you can hear like an engine.
Yeah, I think you can, if you listen, you can hear like the car revving and taking off. Probably like peeling like, you hear the tires squealing and stuff. Yeah, peace out, punk.
But the second time, that is when I realized like this movie's on another level.
Yeah.
Because like all the little, just the little details that are like left in there, that are really, I guess, for someone who's like just a details person,
Right.
or just for the sake of rewatching. All these little details are meant for rewatching.
Right.
And from Alonzo crumpling up the piece of paper on his windshield,
Yeah.
to giving it to Macy Gray as their search warrant.
Yeah.
And I think does he give it to Roger too? Because
No, I don't think he gives one to Roger.
Yeah.
I forget what they used as a search warrant. No, they had to. That's why they went to see the Three Wise Men, was to get the search warrant for Roger's place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, just all the little details. I didn't know this until watching the double toasted thing. Did you know there's a scene where I think Alonzo's in the foreground, and I think you're supposed to be watching Ethan Hawke in the background, but Alonzo's on the phone and he says, "I don't care if you do it in the bathtub, just make sure you clean it up afterwards," or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's talking to the homie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never
never
noticed that.
Yeah, there's so many freaking details.
Wow.
That,
Now I want to sit down and rewatch it again.
Yeah.
I thought I knew everything, but we need to watch it again on like half speed.
Yeah.
And see what all we can catch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never paid attention to that.
Yeah, there's like all this little stuff that like that you just find out, like all the Roger stuff for sure.
Yeah.
You
you were saying before we sat down that Roger actually trained Lonzo.
Well, I was looking it up in between that conversation. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
They definitely worked together. He was a narcotics officer.
He was an officer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And they worked together. It was just kind of like theorized, I guess, in that double toasted video.
Yeah.
That maybe he had trained him. And maybe there was like this connection between him and Alonzo, that Alonzo was like, you put me in this cycle and now I'm going to off you and off Ethan Hawke, if that was his plan from the start.
Right.
And then close the cycle, right? Like, because he's going to make away with the retirement money and he gets to have the nice life.
Right.
Right. But
he's not even making off with it. He's
right.
using
He's
that
just
to pay
paying off the Russians. Yeah. Yeah.
whatever. Like I can't remember what happened with that money. Ethan Hawke had it, right?
Well, so like him and his baby mom are putting it in the duffel bags, right? Like they're stuffing up all the.
But he doesn't take off with it though, does he?
I don't
It's still
think so.
there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
because when he goes to leave, he's headed towards the airport. He's ready to get the fuck out of
Right.
town because he can't. He doesn't have the money to pay him.
Right. Oh, so then Ethan Hawke takes it?
I think he just left it there in the apartment.
Oh, okay.
I don't think either one of them ended up taking it that I know of.
I don't know. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, like I said, I got to
Yeah.
go back and rewatch it, man. Such a good flick. Though.
Yeah.
What's your favorite scene?
It's probably got to be the homie scene just for how tense it is.
Yeah.
How that scene is constructed. Everything down to, like I forget his name. He is it's Clifton Curtis, I think is his
I know who
name.
you're talking about. The
The
guy
guy-
from The Closer and
Yeah, he's Blow. He's Pablo Escobar, isn't he?
that guy's not. No.
No. Oh.
No, you're talking about I can't remember his name. He's not even really Mexican. I know his name.
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah,
And-
Pablo Escobar. He's the guy that's he's the I always get love for the homies.
Oh, is that guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like the more slender
Yeah.
of the guys, and then the other guy, the one's like you're shit Christian. Yeah, that's the guy that was from The Closer. And,
Oh, okay.
that
No, yeah.
other-
So
that
I'm
other
talking
show.
about the guy with the mustache, the guy
Yeah.
who's got the shotgun,
Yeah,
and that's not Pablo Escobar.
yeah. Oh, maybe his name. What'd you say his name
Clifton
was?
Curtis.
Yeah, I think that is Clifton Curtis.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. you're
So
right. My
like,
bad.
Yeah, that was cool. There's a scene where like they're playing cards,
Yeah.
and it's like right after Alonzo leaves. One of the guys in the back hands him a cell phone, and he looks at it, and then he looks at Ethan Hawke like, and then he like closes the phone and puts it up, and like that's it, like
Yeah.
you
Done
know,
deal.
done deal.
This is the guy I was telling you to do in the bathtub.
Yep,
Yeah.
and that's who or you're paid to do, or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He was probably, you know what he probably was doing? Checking like an account balance.
oh yeah,
That could have been waiting for the wire transfer to go
Yeah.
through. Yeah. That's
yeah.
probably what that was.
But yeah, like there's so many, and then like that's where the tone changes, right? Like that's when they're like, "Hey, show me your gun" and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I've seen his, but now I want to see yours. Yeah. That scene, though, I mean, it's like you've seen it spoofed,
Yeah.
You've seen other people spoof it, and it's just you can't go wrong with that scene.
Right.
There's so much.
Mm-hmm. And all the way down to like Ethan Hawke is like screaming in the bathtub,
Yeah.
like that, and like
got
I'm like,
the shotgun up to his face,
yeah,
and then he's like, "Wait, check his wallet first."
Yeah.
If he hadn't have fucking checked his wallet, he'd be dead.
yeah. Like wasn't it? Is it falls out of his pocket and lands in the bathtub?
No, he's about to shoot him in the face.
Yeah,
And the one dude, the one that's like, I've seen his.
Yeah.
Now I want to see yours. That guy. He's like, oh, let me get his wallet first. And then like he goes in to get his wallet, and he's like flipping through it, and he's like, hey man,
Isn't this
your baby cousin?
yeah,
Yeah, and that's what saves him. Man.
yeah,
His intuitive police work from earlier in the day,
Right.
when he was high as fuck.
and like those guys, like that might have been when Denzel Washington, when he sees those guys in the alley, or he has that conversation with that girl,
Yeah,
and he's like, your family lives on that block or whatever,
yeah,
and she's like, yeah, and they're gonna fuck you up and
yeah.
stuff. That was like when he got the idea. I'm like, okay, I'll just use them. I'll pay them to kill Ethan Hawke if I have
They're
to.
like, yeah, like
Hoyt.
yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think he really got the idea then?
I don't know. I mean, like, I guess that's
It might have put the bug in his ear.
right.
At what point in the movie do you think he realized he needed to kill Ethan Hawke?
That's the thing. Like, I always had in my mind, it was always that was the way it was going to go.
From the beginning?
Yeah.
You think he was going to kill him from the beginning?
That's what.
I think if he was going to kill him from the beginning, he would have killed him in the shootout at Rogers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he even talks about it. He's like, look, you either say you did this, or we're going to kill you, you know.
Right. But he doesn't take the money.
Who doesn't take the money?
Ethan Hawke, because he hands him the bills.
He doesn't take the money.
He's like, here's your cut.
But he does. He's like, well, I don't want to fucking die. I'll say I fucking did it.
Oh, okay.
He's like, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
Yeah.
You know. And I think at that point when Lonzo realized, you know, he wasn't going to be a team player, I think that's when it was like, okay, we need to get rid of this guy first day.
Because he gives him a look in that scene too, doesn't he? Where he's like, yeah.
He's just kind of like, okay, I see how it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how I would react in that kind of situation.
I know.
Because I mean, you're like a straight and narrow cop, and then all of a sudden you got these, you know, big detectives coming in, dropping some shit on you, saying you just shot this fucking guy. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. There's 5 cops here, 5 decorated officers saying that you shot this guy, you know.
Right.
And then he starts going into like the news story. He's like, tonight in West Hollywood or whatever, you know, rookie detective or blah, 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 you know, Officer Hoyt, you know, shot and killed in the line of duty. He's like, you want to go home or what?
Yeah.
He said, Dan Crusader actually says Jake turns in the money.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, Jake Hoyt.
Hoyt, yeah.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, because he's got a wife and baby at home and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I think and we know that because he's screaming it in the bathtub.
Yeah.
It's like, I got a wife, I got a little girl. You know, which fuck, I'd be screaming.
Yeah,
whatever.
anything.
Yeah. I'd be like, can't y'all just fuck me? Like, I'll take my shit pushed in, please. Just don't splatter my brains all across this fucking bathtub. Like anything, man. Come on.
That scene is so terrifying.
I showed you my gun. Yeah. I believe that scene is probably actually what
got Ethan Hawke to...
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it got us to tell that our going to jail story, I think. Yeah, the classic from our one of our Christmas episodes many years ago with Lee Russell. Yeah. Such a great story, man.
Yeah.
I would say it probably definitely stemmed from that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think we started telling that story. God, when was the first time we ever told that story? I honestly don't know, man.
It had to have been like 2006 was no, maybe 2005.
When we
and
came
it was
up
probably
with it,
right after New Year's. Yeah.
And was it at Steak and Shake where we told that story?
It was either at Steak and Shake or at your place. Yeah.
I forget who we told it to originally.
Yeah.
God, I will. So many things I wish I could go back and do.
I would. I mean, yeah, I would travel back in time. Like, even if it was just a spectator, you know, like just to watch some of the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the shit we've gone through in our life, it's crazy. But yeah, back to Training Day.
Yeah.
You know, we keep jumping off on tangents here.
So,
you have any like other interesting facts?
yeah, so it was written by David Ayer.
Yeah.
Who
is it directed by?
Directed by Antoine Fuqua.
Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was somebody else, but okay.
Yeah, no, it was Antoine Fuqua.
Okay.
Who also directed Tears of the Sun, a Bruce Willis movie.
Right.
2004, King Arthur.
I saw that one.
Yeah. Shooter with Marky Mark.
Oh, really? That guy directed that? Okay. Yeah. I can see the directorial vibes there.
Olympus Has Fallen. The Equalizer, which is another Denzel.
Another Denzel, yeah. Did you like The Equalizer?
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's pretty good. They made a sequel to it. It was pretty good. The sequel was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Southpaw with
the boxing movie.
It's a boxing movie, and who's the?
Who is that? That played. I want to say like Jake Gyllenhaal. But
Yeah, it was Jake Gyllenhaal.
Was it Jake Gyllenhaal? Okay.
And most recently, he hasn't really done anything.
Huh.
Like some TV series and stuff like that, documentaries. But David Ayer, interestingly, wrote The Fast and the Furious, the first one.
What? Really?
Yeah.
He wrote that?
Yeah.
Dang.
And then he wrote Training Day, like right after. So he did U571, the screenplay, and the Fast and the Furious screenplay, and then he wrote Training Day.
Also, he wrote and directed it.
No, David Ayer wrote it.
Oh, who wrote? Who directed it then?
Antoine Fuqua.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Then he
How
wrote.
could I forget Fuqua?
Yeah. Do you remember the Christian Bale movie where he's
Equilibrium?
where he's a soldier, comes home and he's got like PTSD and he's all on drugs and stuff and
The Machinist?
No. It's called Harsh Times.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that was hard to watch.
I
man.
know, yeah.
Didn't we watch that together?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was hard to watch,
Yeah,
bro.
it wasn't
like,
that
it
good.
looked so good,
Mm-hmm.
but then, like, when you sit down and watch it, you're just like, man, it's fucking hard to watch, man. Like, this is bad.
I know. It was like Christian Bale, like, right after he was doing Batman.
Yeah.
And, like, American Psycho, and you're like, oh, man, he's playing this grizzled war guy, and he's doing drugs, and he's gangbanging. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't good at all.
Yeah, and then David Ayer also wrote The Suicide Squad in 2016.
That was a hunk of trash.
Yeah. But
they could have done so much more with that.
I know. Well, the new one looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm looking forward to it.
I was looking forward to the first one, too.
True.
It's an origin story.
During the scene when Jake plays cards with the Latino gangsters, director Antoine Fuqua gave certain instructions to the actors playing the gangsters without telling Ethan Hawke. This was done to further confuse him and add to the tension of the scene. That makes a lot of sense.
Let's say that answers a lot of questions right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good directorial
little
tactic,
trick,
though. Yeah, like we're gonna put you in this room. You're not gonna know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
You know, what if like Ethan, like, I wonder what direction they gave Ethan Hawke. Like, we're gonna put you in at
just
this
play
table.
cards.
Yeah, just
and be cool, try to be Jake being cool.
Yeah,
you know.
Like, what if he hadn't have like gave him the gun? Like, no, like, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, do you think that was scripted, or you think he was just like, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
And what lines do you think were scripted, and what just kind of came naturally? How many times did they have to reshoot it? You know,
right?
Like, because after the first take, you're just kind of like, he would know like what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like the little mannerisms and stuff. Yeah, like I bet. I wonder if the like shit pushed in line was like maybe added. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like get up and slam the table and like really deliver that line.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like he looks like understandably shocked by like everything that was happening.
That's either some really good acting or he was really shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did he really just say shit pushed in? Like, I know this movie's R-rated, but come on, guys. I just picture Ethan Hawke like, cut! Seriously? He's going to hit you with a shit pushed in line? Come on, I'm a professional here.
What do you think the most famous line in the movie is?
Oh, gosh, the most famous line in the movie? I would want to say...
There's one that's got to stand straight out to you.
There's one for me is "You in the office, baby," but I know that's probably not it.
Right.
It's probably not. You want to go to jail or you want to go home?
It's on all the trailers. Basically, like, it's synonymous with Training Day and Denzel.
I guarantee
it. It's King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Yeah.
And that was ad-libbed.
That was ad-libbed?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was all Denzel.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about Denzel being a fucking great actor.
And Denzel has frequently said that Detective Alonzo Harris is his favorite character that he's played.
Well, fuck yeah. Why would he not be? He's definitely the coolest fucking character I think I've ever seen him play.
Yeah.
He was good in The Equalizer, though. I'll give him that. You need if you ain't seen it, you gotta check it out. I think I've got it.
I think I've seen a scene where is he like a bodyguard or like a...
You don't know what he is, really.
Okay.
He's like former something, and like he's got to a point where he's like, I'm not going to take any fucking shit. And like in the first movie, he's like defending the honor of this prostitute chick that was like cool to him, warmed up to him. Not like he wasn't like a customer or nothing, but like he like avenges her getting the shit beat out of her and stuff.
Okay.
And it kind of goes down the rabbit hole of like gangsters and bad shit, and people looking for him now and stuff like that. I can't remember what the second one was about.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think like when that movie was being promoted, there was like a 2-minute scene that you could watch where he beats up a bunch of guys.
He's very into the time on his watch. You're very into like how many steps it takes to get to a certain point, and like timing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the scene you're talking about. It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd like to see him and John Wick fight it out. I'll put it to you that way.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
that's how good it is.
the Book of Eli is another really good.
That's one I never watched that one.
Oh,
I
okay.
tried to watch like the beginning of it, and I wasn't impressed. I think I ended up
Okay.
falling asleep or something.
Really?
Yeah.
That's one of the Denzel movies that like I would sit down and watch that too.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good, but
Mm-hmm.
I tried to watch it once and I couldn't get into it.
I think it's maybe like a watch once or twice, like maybe every few years, sit down and watch it. Like when it starts to become a little bit cloudy, like watch it again and brighten up.
And that's a movie he
But-
fights a lot in, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And isn't the twist at the end that he's blind?
yeah.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. A little late for that.
Yeah. Let's see. So a lot of like the character of Alonzo Harris is based on a disgraced LAPD officer named Rafael Perez.
Really?
Yeah, and I think like the goatee that that Denzel has in the movie was like stylized as a reference to that guy.
What was the controversy surrounding this guy?
Yeah, let's look it up.
Because that's pretty interesting. I'm surprised I haven't looked that up already.
Right. So let me. Rafael. Did I say Perez?
Yes, Rafael Perez.
Okay. Born in 1967. He's the central figure of the LAPD Rampart Scandal. He's involved in numerous crimes and corruption, notably the shooting and framing of Javier Ovando, in addition to the theft and resale of at least $800,000 of cocaine from LAPD evidence lockers.
Damn.
Yeah. In February 2000, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for stealing 8 pounds of cocaine.
Damn. So that Training Day came out in 2001. They're already like, I wonder how long. Or like,
how long his career was.
Yeah, like at what point were they like, hey, let's write a movie and base it about this guy? You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that was in 2000 when he was
the
sentenced.
movie came out in 2001, so I'm sure the movie filmed in 2000, or was at least wrote in 2000.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
At his sentencing, Perez read a statement in which he said, "I cheated on my wife, I cheated on my employer, and I cheated on all of you, the people of Los Angeles." On July 24th of 2001, during his plea bargain, Perez was released from prison and placed on parole. And then in December 17th of 2001, Perez pled guilty to new charges resulting from the shooting of Javier Ovando. He was charged with 2 felony counts, 1 conspiracy to violate Ovondo's civil rights, and 2 possessing a firearm with eliminated serial number. The firearm was used as evidence to frame Ovando. And then he was sentenced on May 6th of 2002 to serve 2 years in federal prison. So he murdered it sounds like he shot this guy and he only had to serve 2 years for it. And then on October 31st, Halloween 2006, Perez pleaded no contest to a felony count of perjury before the Torrance Superior Court.
Torrance, California.
Yeah.
It's right outside L.A.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm hopefully going to California next month, so I've been doing a little bit of research on like areas and shit.
Wow.
So if you want to go, man, I need somebody to go with me. Otherwise,
Are you going by yourself?
Otherwise, I'm going by myself.
Really?
Yeah.
What for?
Just for a vacation, just to get away from
Oh.
the wife and the kids for a couple days.
Wow.
You know, a long weekend or something.
Do you know where you're staying or anything?
I think I'm gonna look towards like staying right at LAX. There's a Holiday Inn like right at the airport, and probably be hanging around. You know, just all over LA, going and checking out like filming locations, and you know, I want to go like the corner of Florence and Normandy, and you know, check out like some historical shit while I'm there.
Nice.
You know, probably check out Chinese theater, shit like that. You know,
Yeah.
just kind of hoof it. You know,
Wow.
like
That's
just
cool.
just walk and just check stuff out, man. Clear the head and just soak in everything I can.
Wow. Going to go to the beach?
Oh yeah, definitely going to the beach.
Yeah.
Whichever beach I want to go to, probably Long Beach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my parents used to live out there, like long before I was fucking born. Snoop
Right.
Dogg's from there.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to go to Venice Beach, but I talked to a friend of mine out there, and she was like, yeah, Venice Beach is like full of homeless people. You don't want to fucking go there. So I was like, okay, what's a nice beach? She's like, try Long Beach. You'll like that. I'm like, okay, cool. Fuck it. So
You gonna drive through Compton?
oh yeah, you know I'm a fucking dude. I'm gonna go check out like the house from Friday and stuff. You know, I'm gonna drive through fucking Compton. You know, and take my Compton hat and shit. Hopefully I'll get shot. You know,
And then you can say,
yeah, like I got shot in Compton. Like, what's up, son? You know.
So this is really interesting. In March 1997, influential rapper Christopher Wallace, also known as
Notorious B.I.G.,
was murdered in Los Angeles by at a drive-by shooting. On April 16, 2007, Wallace's relatives filed a wrongful death suit against the city of Los Angeles. Former LAPD officer Rafael Perez and his partner, former officer Nino Durden, seeking unspecified general compensatory and punitive monetary damages. So I'm guessing they're thinking that he had something to do with that too.
Yeah.
The lawsuit states that Perez, Nino Durden, their partner, former officer David Mack, and certain unknown persons were responsible for the death of Christopher Wallace. The rapper was shot to death on March 9, 1997, as he and Sean Combs left the 11th annual Soul Train Music Awards after party held at the Peterson Automotive Museum on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. The lawsuit states the killing was committed in a very efficient, organized, and professional manner, suggesting that a high degree of coordination and planning preceded his murder. The suit further alleges that Perez admitted to the LAPD that he and David Mack conspired to murder and participated in the murder of Christopher Wallace. It was alleged that Perez was on duty that during the night of March 9, 1997, but there was no evidence of that allegation. So that's crazy.
Yeah, that's very interesting how it all kind of circles back around into some shit.
Denzel Washington said that he emulated the style of Rafael Perez to give authenticity to his portrayal of corrupt LAPD cop Alonzo Harris. The character's vehicle has the license plate ORP 967, which is said to stand for Officer Rafael Perez, born in 1967.
Dang.
So what's the Rampart Scandal?
Yeah.
I want to go down this.
Yeah. It's kind of cool to learn history about this show a little bit, or the movie, I should say. I don't know. Least favorite scene in the movie. This is going to be harder than favorite scene.
I know,
because
right?
there's not very many scenes in that movie that suck.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably just because it's not like it's crucial to the story a little bit, but I'm going to say the Three Wise Men scene.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
the peanut butter, like
that was funny.
Yeah.
But it's not really. It's so different. You
Yeah,
know? You're dealing with a different level of crookedness at that point.
Right, and it makes Alonzo, Denzel Washington's character, seem a little bit like.
I don't want to say he looks like a bitch.
Kind of cucked a little bit,
yeah.
Right? Like he's off his game in that scene.
Because he's dealing with guys above his pay grade.
Right.
You know, he's asking for permission in that scene, and you don't he never does that throughout the whole rest of the movie.
Right.
That's the one scene where he's just yeah, look, I gotta get this done.
Right.
You know, he's begging at that point, and that's totally off character.
Right.
You know, you would think a guy like that would just fucking do it, but no, he had to ask for permission.
Yeah.
You know, paid him off actually, using money from the Sandman. You know, that they stole from Macy Gray's apartment or whatever.
Right.
You know. But yeah, that was the one scene that just kind of it slowed the movie down, and it kind of set up the rest of what was going to happen. But for me, it was just always one of those scenes that it slowed down so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could agree with you there. I'm trying to think of another scene, the one where they kind of roll up on that, where he gets the weed laced with PCP.
Yeah. I was thinking that scene too.
Yeah, that's a little bit
it's a little over the top.
Yeah,
you know, I could never imagine a cop actually do I hope I could never imagine a cop doing anything that they do wrong. But that was just one of those scenes where it was just Come on.
Yeah.
You know.
And doesn't Hoyt say he doesn't speak Spanish in that scene?
He says a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, learn that shit.
Yeah, he's like, learn that shit because they'll be plotting behind your back.
Yeah, it's a difference between life and death out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
He says something. He says it in Spanish, but it's like, it means like,
Yeah.
you know, kind of, a little bit or whatever. You know, you can tell by the hand gesture where he's like,
Yeah.
You know, like kind of. Yeah. So I forget what he says though, but it's something in Spanish. I don't know.
So the Rampart Scandal involved widespread police corruption and the Community Resource Against Street Hoodlums, CRASH, anti-gang unit of the LAPD's Rampart Division in the late 90s. More than 70 officers were either assigned to or associated with the Rampart CRASH unit, were implicated in some form of misconduct, making it one of the most widespread cases of documented police corruption in U.S. history, responsible for a long list of offenses, including unprovoked shooting, unprovoked beatings, planting of false evidence, stealing and dealing narcotics, bank robbery, perjury.
If we'd have just paid attention here, good old Dan Crusader said, the LAPD Rampart crew were robbing banks as well. None of them got hard time.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, thank you.
Dan Crusader's on it, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, brother.
Wow.
But
yeah.
Most realistic scene.
Probably, I would have to say the scene with the card game.
You think that's the most realistic?
Well, I bet I can't say I've been in situations where like it's been that tense.
Where you've about to been fucking off.
Right.
You
No,
know?
I can't say that. But the amount of anxiety in that scene and like paranoia is just it's palpable, and that's what I guess like comes off as real to me. But
well, apparently Ethan Hawke didn't know what the fuck was going to happen,
right?
So that was all authentic,
right?
You know, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Now that you start talking about that scene, I'm gonna have to say that scene, but like initially, I keep wanting to go back to that Snoop Dogg scene, you know, where like he rolls up and he's like, smells like bacon in this motherfucker, you know?
Yeah.
Like I could picture some shit, you know, going down like that.
Yeah.
And then once they stick the pin down his throat and, you know, make him throw up the crack, I was just kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then you're dealing with corrupt cops, so, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, and this is what I guess makes the movie feel so much so fun, is that a lot of the scenes have like an over the top, you know, like they crank it. Like it starts slow and then goes up a notch.
Right.
And I guess like my favorite scene of that is the smoke it. You know, like
that, yeah.
Because that scene starts so slow.
Yeah.
And then like you like
it starts like a typical like, you know, first day on the job. Like let's talk, let's get to know each other, you know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's right after the traffic stop, you know, and they're kind of talking and blah blah blah. And next thing you know, he's like, smoke it. He's like, if I was a drug dealer, you'd be dead right now,
motherfucker.
And it's just like
oh,
that.
he just dead stops in the middle of the street, gun to his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty intense right there.
Yeah.
You know.
But like it goes like so fun over the top.
Yeah.
Like there's like a sense of like danger and stuff, but at the same time it's like this is crazy right now, but fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
Such a good flick, though. As far as what?
Like of those like scenes that go over the top.
I mean, going back to the poker scene.
Yeah,
I mean, that shit's over the top.
The part where they shoot Roger.
Yeah.
Because like that scene where they're like, "Oh, you're going to kill me now" and stuff, and then like
he's like, "Yeah."
He blasts him, and he's like, "Dude, breathe, come on," you know, like that. What the hell's happening right now?
As far as like over the topness. I kind of like the attempted rape scene. That was kind of crazy. Like he's fighting the crackheads and shit. Because that was pretty like out there.
Mm-hmm.
But then I like the serving the warrant scene.
Oh, yeah.
You know, with Macy Gray.
Mm-hmm.
She starts yelling. She's like, "Cap these fools," or whatever she says. You know, like that scene. That was just. They start fucking shooting at him as they're driving away and stuff. It's just like, oh shit. Like
That's like
they've done it now.
Yeah, that scene's a lot of fun, but like it's it's so evident, and it's probably because she's like not an actress, but it's so evident that like, we were watching Macy Gray, you know.
Yeah.
Where I guess the Snoop Dogg scene has that aspect too, but at the same time you can kind of
Snoop Dogg pulls it off.
Yeah, he pulls it off
I
a lot
think,
better.
you know.
Yeah, like but Macy Gray has like the whole Macy Gray. Like the raspy voice.
I want to see that walk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like it's Macy Gray.
Yeah.
She did a good job, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's like
Great scene.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we're watching Macy Gray now.
Right. Her nails in that movie killed me, man. They were like 80 something inches long or something. They were huge, man. She's got holding that cigarette that whole scene. She's like, I want to see that walk. Like, you gonna shoot me in front of my boy? Close your eyes, boy. You about to shoot me. You know? It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Calm down, Macy Gray. Take a breath in, I choke. And then how that song goes? How's that song go?
I try to say goodbye and I choke.
Try to walk away and I stumble.
You know I try to hide it. It's clear. My world crumbles when you are not here.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
needed that. Y'all know, just a great flick, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I say we just fucking watch it.
You think?
Yeah. Do you got time?
It's
I don't even know what time it is right now. Time is it?
It's about midnight.
I mean, fuck, I got time. You know, kind of.
I gotta be up early tomorrow. I'm watching my brother's kids. Yeah.
Josh's kids?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I think Doug's just got the one, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he lives in like North Carolina.
Yeah, I was gonna. That's what I was gonna say. Like, really, you're watching his kids? Like, that's a little far away. But
Yeah.
such a great flick, man. And like, I find myself like quoting it like all the time, and I don't even realize that I'm quoting it. What's like your number one like quote that you think you say from that movie all the time?
The one I go back to the most, and it echoes inside my head all the time. Like I want to say it all the time.
Yeah.
Is I've seen his, and I want to see yours.
Yeah.
Just because it comes up a lot too. Like I'm like, hey, I need a screwdriver, and they're like, there's one right here, and I'm like, yeah, I know about that one. I want to see yours.
Yeah.
You know, like different variations of that. Boom.
Boom.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah. I hit my kids with that all the time too. One I find myself saying a lot is bang, code X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Backseat. Yeah.
Yeah. I say that all the time.
Was she a liquor license?
Yeah. Lick her license, was she a lesbian? that whole scene right there.
It's really, really good.
Like I said, it sets the tone.
Yeah, if I was going to like amateur style shoot a scene, that would be like at the top of like
Recreating a scene.
Yeah.
We need to do that.
Yeah.
We need to go to like Pepper Pod and do it. They got the little booths and shit. Mm-hmm. We could totally do that.
And I think I could be a good Hoyt, and you could be a good Alonzo.
I don't know anything. I ain't got enough soul to be a black dude, man.
You don't think so?
No.
But I think I have the energy of like a Hoyt, and you're a little bit more calm and relaxed like a Alonzo.
Yeah, I mean I could pull it off, but don't expect me to pull off fucking blackface. I ain't going down for that shit.
No.
Like we're just gonna whitewash him.
Well, maybe do the goatee. Like just dye it black for you.
Yeah,
do you have a mustache? I can't tell.
No, I just shaved it off.
Oh,
okay. I can grow one in.
You grow
it
back.
grows back. Yeah. But yeah, we ought to reshoot that scene.
Yeah.
We only need me, you, and
just somebody come up
does
and
the wait? Yeah, the waitress does come up. So yeah, we just need 3 actors technically. We could do it.
What would be another scene that you would like if you were like going to like say like I want to try my hand at being a director, or just like I want to shoot a movie scene and recreate it.
I want to recreate a movie scene. What scene from Training Day would I?
No, any movie.
Oh, that's a really good question.
Yeah, because it's got to be. You can't recreate the Avengers or anything like that. It's got to be like a
something without special effects or anything like that.
Yeah, low budget.
Low budget. Oh man.
Do you remember shooting that Clerks 2 scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still got that DVD.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It wouldn't fucking be that scene. I'll
yeah,
tell you
right,
that.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You have to give me time to think about that because there's so many good like scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know, man.
If you could get the girls for it, the "You Are My Density" scene from Back to the Future would be good.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. You're my density.
Darth Vader.
It probably would be like a Back to the Future scene, but I don't know which one though. Maybe like the ending of part 1 with Doc pulling up in the car.
Oh, okay.
Like I think that'd be kind of cool. But I mean, I don't know. There's just so many.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be hard to pinpoint just one.
What about like a Clerks 1?
Oh yeah. Like if somebody was like, "Hey man, you want to like reenact this entire fucking flick?" I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, I'm down. Like let's do it."
Not the whole scene, but the whole movie. But like, what about the like the Death Star conversation where they're talking about the
independent contractors and stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to pick just one scene out of that flick, it would probably be the 37 scene.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In a row?
Yeah.
Like that scene's pretty good. But then the whole like
the Death Star scene, I think, would be mine.
Yeah,
because you have that whole thing with the mob boss had the roofers come in and they were all killed in the drive-by.
Yeah,
yeah,
that would be good. I like the Truly's gum.
Yes,
scene too.
that's a good one.
That would be a good one too. Yeah, I don't know, man. If I could pick any movie, any scene from any movie, I don't know.
Another one I would like to do, and it would be a little bit harder, will be Forrest Gump and Bubba talking about shrimp.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Forrest Gump puts his weapon, he's disassembling his rifle, or he's
Right.
assembling his rifle.
Right.
And then he's like, "Drill Sergeant!" And the guy's like, "Gump!" He runs down and he's like, "Why did you put your weapon together so quickly, Private Gump?" And he's like, "Because you told me to, Drill Sergeant."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're a goddamn genius."
Yeah. Man. Dan Crusader says Jerry's just going to remake 23 and cast him as Jim Carrey. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Have you watched that movie recently or something? Or
Well, I'm working on 23 copies of it, and I've got 23 there, and I got 23 back here. And yeah.
Why? Well,
because it's the number 23. Have you never seen the number 23?
Yeah, I've seen the movie. Yeah.
I think we probably watched it together for the first time.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
It's
easily.
just one of those things that like I got deep into it, man. Like I started fucking researching the number and doing math on all kinds of shit, birthday,
Really?
phone numbers.
Not to send you down another rabbit hole, but
I'm constantly in that.
Have you seen
rabbit hole,
Pi?
so- Pi?
The movie?
No.
It's
I
in
heard
black and
it's
white.
just like that. Though.
Yeah, it's just like it.
Yeah.
The name of God is supposed to be like in that movie. It's not pi because that's an infinite number.
Right.
But he's working on an equation to solve, like, to predict stock market movements, and it spits out. I think it might be 23, if not maybe 27 digit number, and then like the rabbit hole begins. You know, these Jewish
maybe I have seen that
rabbi
movie.
guys.
Sounds really familiar. Doesn't the dude die at the end?
Well, he takes a drill and puts it in spoilers, by the way.
I think I have seen that movie.
Yeah.
Just once though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I think I've got like 18 or 19 copies of it already. I just recently bought the score and the bonus soundtrack off eBay.
Really?
Should be here this week, yeah. You never knew I was obsessed with that shit?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I'll show you my DVD
Okay.
collection over there.
Of all things, like the number 23.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's weird, man. Like I remember watching the movie and then I watched it again and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to look into this a little bit. And there's really nothing on it. Like you can't really like Google like the 23 Enigma.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can get like some stuff on it, but it doesn't really, there's not a lot of shit out there on it.
Hmm.
It's probably just like fucking made up.
Well, yeah.
But there's shit out there on it about like numerology and stuff like that, but nothing like definitive.
Is there a reference to it in Catcher in the Rye? Is that one of the things in the movie?
There probably is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think there is something in the movie about Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly, but
Is there a scene in that movie that you would recreate?
oh man, I don't know. Like, there's so many good fucking scenes. Probably like the Suicide Blonde scene where the chick fucking kills herself. That's a good fucking scene. or the scene where like when he first starts reading the book, that was pretty good. Or I should say like the first like flashback into the book was pretty good. Maybe when he's telling the story to the dog, when he's trying to catch the dog in the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like every time you watch that flick, like always look for like numbers and shit, like addresses and phone numbers and stuff, license plates, everything is 23. Like it's crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that like of all the, Jim Carrey, his serious arc.
Yeah.
Like
people hate that movie too.
It's not one that it stuck with me in the same way for you. Like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which came out around the same time, was probably a little bit more. But Man and on the Moon.
Yeah, that was probably the last movie I cried at in the theaters.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's so good.
That was really good.
Is it the Christmas scene or?
It was when he realizes that the doctor guy removing his cancer is a fucking fraud.
Yeah.
And he starts fucking like crying,
laughing,
yeah.
And
it's just,
the Christmas scene gets me when he's like, he rents out that theater and he has Santa Claus come in on the sleigh, and everybody gets a present, and I'm getting chills just thinking about it. And then he has like the Rockettes come out and do like their kicking, and then I think he takes everybody out for milk and cookies afterwards.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Like that's
great flick, man. One movie that I don't think I can watch and feel the same way about it. Why are we talking about it? We're here to talk about Training Day, man. Like, come on.
I'm interested
now.
though. Like,
American Splendor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You were there when I called him on the phone. Yeah. It was
I think we watched it together for the first time.
Yeah. It was a very short conversation, but I did. I actually talked to that guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Sounds just like you would think he sounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, to wrap up this whole Training Day thing, man. I mean, it's definitely a movie that I think has withstood the test of time. I think it stands up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great flick from beginning to end. There's really not anything bad about that flick that I can think of.
Right.
I would certainly like to see like a director's cut.
Yeah.
With like some commentary.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be great to watch.
Even if there was like a documentary about the making of, you know, like I would like to, I'd definitely deep dive on that.
Or definitely a documentary about the guy he was based on, the Perez guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Rafael Perez.
Yeah.
Born in 1967.
That's right.
Yeah.
Boom.
Bam. Code X. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, great flick, man. I mean, it definitely withstood the test of time. I'm gonna have to watch it again, probably this weekend. If not, like as soon as we get done doing this, just throw it on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of all the times I couldn't tell you how many times I've watched that flick.
Right.
It's been a lot.
Yeah.
Especially just back in the day, like when we first started watching it.
When it was, when you had it, and we were hanging out all the time, back at the original place. And then when you moved over to Cardinal.
Yeah. Dude, it got so bad, like, we would watch that movie so much. My girlfriend at the time was like, please don't watch fucking Training Day.
Not Training Day.
Yeah. Watch anything else you want. Just not fucking Training Day.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, if I was to rate the movie on, like, a scale, like a Rotten Tomatoes, like, certified fresh, it would have to be 100.
Yeah. Just
because it keeps it real from beginning to end.
It's like it has perfect imperfections. Like even like I was saying about the scenes going over the top. It happens in a way that is just pleasurable. It's fun. It's everything. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Such a good flick.
Yeah. And that's like a thing about, I guess, like a movie like that. There's just not that many, especially anymore with the way like cinema is, where you have like superhero movies and they come out so fast that there's almost no reason to go back and watch them because you're getting like all the little bits and pieces in the movies that come out afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Like they're all interconnected in that way.
I will say I love like the Marvel Cinematic Universe and stuff, but like going back and just like picking a random flick and watching it, it's not really hard to do, but it's just kind of like, oh well, I know what's going to happen now,
right? Yeah, there's nothing to really...
Like, I know what happens 5 movies later.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is fucking pointless,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But not with Training Day.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Training Day has staying power.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking the Marvel movies.
No, they're all great.
They're all great. But it's like they're all part of the same story.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of got to lump them all together,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, the movies that are like Training Day, which only come every so often, have that like
The Departed was like that.
yeah,
You know.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Back to the Future and the Lord of the Rings have that. In my opinion, Lord of the Rings. I don't know.
Right.
I can't speak about everybody else, but I can say I think confidently that Back to the Future and Back to the Future 2 have that quality.
Definitely not 3.
No, definitely not 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah, I'm happy to do this.
Yeah, it felt good to get you back in the chair, man.
Yeah.
We'll have to do this more often, man.
Yeah, it's like coming home to see like a stepchild or something, you know,
Yeah.
like because like I've been here, I definitely know this, but yeah, I don't do it enough.
Yeah.
Mm.
You've been here, but how can I say this here? I was like, yeah, I don't know.
I used to sit in that chair.
Yeah, but now I'll sit in that chair. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that works. But yeah, yeah, this was just kind of like put on the spot. Like we really didn't have any plans or anything like that. But you know, definitely would like to do it again for sure. So I want to thank everybody who tuned in and watched. I think we had a lot more people viewing it first, and now it's probably just Dan Crusader. So thank you, Dan Crusader.
Hey, appreciate it.
We love you, dog, for real. I don't have any outro music to play for this, so we're just gonna end it at that. You got any final words?
Let's do more. Let's do with Scene Tits or something.
Let's do something, man.
Yeah.
I'm down. I've been watching a lot of flicks lately, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely down for that. Speaking of, have you seen Becky?
No.
Decent flick.
Yeah.
Have you seen Freaky with Vince Vaughn? You know how I feel about Vince
Yeah.
Vaughn.
No, I haven't seen that.
I didn't have high hopes for it, but it was actually pretty decent.
I've been watching a lot of shows lately.
Yeah.
I was watching The Nevers on HBO Max.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
I don't have HBO Max.
Oh, okay. Just like it's kind of like the X-Men. Basically, like this event happens, and it's in like the late 1800s, maybe early 1900s in England.
Right.
This like thing flies over the skies, and like little spores fall off of it, and it lands on like certain people, and a lot of women, like the spores land on them, and everyone that is touched by it gains like not a superpower, but like an ability, and it's based on like the person's ethics. You know, like if you worked inventing things, you're able to like invent all kinds of crazy things.
Something's heightened
Right.
inside you. Okay.
And yeah, it basically just explores like, you know, what would happen with these people, you know, how does the society react to these things? And then there's also like the whole story of why this thing happened and stuff.
Right.
It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm excited to see more of it. But Joss Whedon got canceled, so there's no telling where the show's going to go now.
Damn cancel culture.
I know.
There'll be a movie about it eventually, starring Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
I don't know. But all right, I do want to thank everybody again for tuning in. Like I said, I don't have any theme music for this, so we're just going to be out.
All right. See ya.
Deuces.